Good morning, everyone. I'm delighted to be here with you as you start your conference today in Beijing. My name is Christine Abbott and I'm the Director of the Centre for Action Learning in the UK. The Centre for Action Learning is a worldwide organisation now we've worked in around 56 countries and we've trained about 4,000 people now in action learning facilitation practices, as well as many more in organisations that we've worked in, actually delivering action learning programs. So that's a little bit about me, and you might wonder why on earth I am here talking to you in Beijing this morning. Well, it gives me huge pleasure and it's a great honour for us to be involved with the Society for Action Learning in China. And indeed, today is the launch of a new partnership between the two organisations to deliver action learning in China. And you might wonder why that is. Why have we got an association with China? Why have we got an association with the China Society of Action Learning? Well, it probably started about 5 years ago when Thomas Tang invited me to come over to Beijing to talk about action learning in organisations. And I met both him and Mr. Albert Wang. They were so excited about the possibilities of action learning and developing their practice that they enrolled on the professional certificate level in action learning that we delivered. And indeed, they followed that right the way through to a master's level, master practitioner level in action learning, which is actually unique in China. They're the only two people to have reached the standard of education in action learning. We're very proud to have helped them in that journey. And now, of course, they want to do the same for people in China to help them along that journey. And so the partnership is to allow us to do that together and to adapt action learning practices into the culture of China. And I might say a little bit more about that in a moment. So we are developing the partnership. This is the first day, so it's all very exciting to talk about. So you might wonder, well, action learning, what's our approach to action learning and why is it different to other approaches? What are we doing that's different? Well, we base our approach very much on Reg Revans' ideas. Reg Revans, I'm sure you'll read about and hear about from Thomas and Albert. Both they and we have written about Reg Revans and the origins of action learning in the past. And one of the things that Reg Revans was keen to do was to not just make action learning something for the individual, but to also to expand that to both the team and the organisation. And that's what we do. We feel as though it falls short when it's only viewed as a technique to support individual learning and development, but it reaches its full potential when it's used as a tool for organisational development and change, to meet strategic goals, to deliver organisational systemic change, is part of what action learning does very, very well, and we promote that. So our focus is to harness the most valuable aspect of action learning in creating those opportunities for organisational learning. And we do that in a way that helps transfer the tacit knowledge that's developed within the sects into that wider organisational community. And it's that helps people understand organisational behaviour and learning and how it's constrained by power and politics in organisations. But while our overall approach follows the principles and the guiding processes that were laid down by Reg Revans, we try to keep it simple and we try to make it very flexible. And what I mean by flexibility is that in China you operate in a different culture and you have different styles of learning. So Thomas and Albert, together with ourselves, have worked over the years to actually embrace the wonderful legacy of learning that you have in China, your culture, your frameworks of organizations, and actually adapt action learning processes to work with them, to celebrate that rather than work against them. The programs that you'll see developed have had that in mind. They have the principles and the processes that have been laid down by Reg Evans as the founding father of Action Learning, but they've been adapted and tweaked in order to make them work in your culture and to celebrate your culture. So I'm really hoping that you'll enjoy the journey as much as I have in developing my practice and Thomas and Albert have in developing their practice, and that you'll join us in a journey of adventure together. As I said, enjoy the rest of your day.